Milo will be releasing Michael's docs soon.
Having on Judges You Now.
I am Malaysian. I will not accept the Indonesian accusation.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Her and I do not fuck with each other.
Well, that's news to me. I'm deeply upset. You're probably wondering, Candance, was it really on your life goals?
Dude, the funniest part about it, the funniest part, I have the other tab up, pulled up here, where people, you have Fuel Tide seething about the botting. It's not that other people do the botting. It's obviously not Nick doing botting. He's busy. He's busy doing a show. The funniest thing about it is, these people are, it's like, who cares? It's like the seething. It's just so funny, dude. It's like, well, what? Why do you care, dude? It's just, it literally is just like the crabs in a bucket thing. It's so funny. And the whole idea is that like all Nick's audience is all fake. It's like, dude, Nick makes like thousands of dollars every stream. It's, you don't make over $1,000 a stream. You don't get like, you know, Rumble. You don't have 350,000 Twitter followers and do Rumble. Like, it's just, it's a very weird cope, because if there was just bots, he wouldn't be making a ton of money. He's making a ton of money, dude. It's like, what's going on? Like, are you guys retarded, or are you just seething, or both? Because you don't make money from bots. You don't have bots sending you money.
List to be hosted by JoJo Siwa. No, but I still have some thoughts on what she has said about me, and she said a little bit more. I'll tell you them in a second. But first, guys, obviously we have to talk about all of this conservative infighting. Please do not shoot the messenger. I feel like every time I talk about the MAGA campaign and what it's maybe doing wrong, I am the messenger that gets shot. Oh, well, we've got to be honest about it, because...
Yeah, reading agent said he make money with poo-poo pee-pee super chats, yeah. Nick's chat was so fast last night. All bots, dude.
Like I said, there is some serious
Michael's A-logging it.
And they're terming it the Groyper.
No donations tonight? No donations tonight, really? After I told you guys I'm getting healthy? That's the problem, is you need to really like unhealthy max. I'm inspiring you guys not only to be productive with Blue Jay, and now I'm inspiring you to go to the gym. I'm inspiring you to go box. To take up a combat sport. To just be happy. And to work, but that doesn't pay the bills. It doesn't pay the bills. Imagine if you go to a strip club and the stripper was like, don't jerk off, save your semen. Don't look at naked women. Go home to your wife. You're not going to get much repeat customer. You know, the repeats are not going to really be there if you go to a stripper and the stripper's like, stop looking at my boobs. All right, this isn't healthy for you. Instead, go work out.
Groyper Wars? Let's talk about it. That's what's coming up on Candance.
Also, I think another reason I'm not super sore is I'm doing my drink. Because like my drink has like taurine in it. It has like ginseng, taurine, guarana seed powder, gotu cola, calamus root. And I think, did you stretch? Well, you know, I did like jumping jacks and sit-ups, push-ups, and that's kind of like stretching. Running in place, that's kind of like stretching. But I think that's probably why I'm not super sore. I am a bit sore, but not really. It honestly, it feels like it's surprising, because I thought it'd be more like busted in terms of just like bleh. But I feel energetic. I feel like it's I feel like I used probably 70-80% of my energy. It wasn't like 100%, but I think that's good. I think that's healthy. I think that's a proper way to train. I'm not like destroyed. You feel the soreness 2 days after? We'll see. I guess tomorrow I'll feel. But tomorrow is another workout day. Train the splits for the tie kick? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing fighting. I'm just doing boxing. For the intellectual pleasure. I'm kind of a sapiosexual. When I come out for my first prize fight, I'm going to have to introduce me as a sapiosexual. And I'll walk out to shipping up to Boston. Best thing for recovery is protein. Yeah, that's a nice thing too, is eating healthy. That's the one thing I ate Burger King. I had a Whopper and I had 12 spicy chicken fries and I had nothing else the day before going. I think that probably made it worse. I feel like, so like today I've had like eggs. I've had eggs and a bagel. So I feel like if I'm eating healthy too, it'll be really good. I feel like I'll be. I feel like I'm gonna really within like 2 or 3 weeks. So I feel like I'll be really in the zone.
Overseas in Europe, periodically checking in to see what's going on in the American political world. And I was pretty shocked when I saw Groyper War trending on Twitter, literally overseas.
What's the opposite of sapiosexual? What's it called when you only like dumb whores? Being red-pilled.
Here in Europe. That's how big of a trend it was.
Being red-pilled.
And I was shocked by it because obviously I've discussed the fact that you have these anonymous accounts which feature a frog, like Pepe the Frog is what it's featured.
Hey, that's you.
On them, and essentially they have amassed independently tons of followers across the internet, and the movement is led by Nick Fuentes. And apparently, according to this trend on Twitter, Nick Fuentes has declared war on the MAGA campaign, and people are writing about it all over, what's actually going on. Well, I will allow you to hear what exactly Nick Fuentes said in his declaration of MAGA war. Is that what we're calling it? Take a listen.
Dare I say it? I am declaring a new Groyper War against the Trump campaign until we can figure out what the hell is going on. I'm declaring a new Groyper War. You have alienated us. You have ignored us. You don't listen to our concerns. We have been left behind. The Trump movement and the GOP have moved on without us. It serves Israel and corporations and immigrants, but it doesn't serve Native Americans. What about Native Americans? What about Americans? What about young white men and others too? But what about us? Charlie Kirk is to the right of Trump on immigration. That's unacceptable. So I think it's time for another Groyper War. We're bigger, better, stronger than ever. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Rumble. This is a big live stream every night. We have allies. So I think it's time to up the ante a little bit. Joker 2 is premiering in October. Joker 2, 5-year anniversary. The show is back. We're opening the chest. I think it's time for Groyper War 2. And this time, we're going all out. Justice once. And we will bring the energy. It's just a question of whether they want to get on board or get out of the way. That's the question. But we will bring, the Groypers will bring the energy. Memes, edits, replies, trolls. Get with us or get the f*** out of the way. Groyper War 2 coming soon.
Okay, so this video or this clip of a longer episode on Nick Fuentes' show sent the media into a tizzy. First and foremost, if you're not familiar with what the first Groyper War was about, essentially you had a bunch of young kids, I would probably say between the ages of 18 and 20,
a bunch of Qatari
on college campuses.
A lot of Qatari bots.
Essentially calling out people that they believed were neocons, essentially people that were rhinos pretending to care about American interests, but effectively having sold themselves out to some broader cause. Let's call it the military-industrial complex, or as one example, I distinctly recall them showing up to a Turning Point event and saying, oh, hey, Charlie Kirk, you say that you are fighting for Christianity. Well, why are you paying people like Dave Rubin, who is a gay married man, to come speak at your events?
Yeah, why are you doing that? It's messed up.
And really kind of putting people's feet to the fire on these issues in a way that was sometimes uncomfortable. But I thought, and I remember going through this with Charlie, that actually we have to be able to answer those questions. Like if we're going to be a part of a movement and we say that we are on the right, then we need to not be scared when our ideas are challenged. Now, this sort of led to a media backlash, and all of the Groypers were essentially put into a pile and termed white supremacists. And I always thought that that was inaccurate and it was wrong, because because I was on those college campuses and I actually thought that some of the questions they were asking were meaningful. Like, if we do say that we are conservatives and we are Christians, why are we platforming so many gay married people? I think it's a fair question that we have to be prepared to answer. Now, there might be an answer to that. Some people may say, oh, well, you can be gay married and be a Republican, which, by the way, I think you can be gay married and be a Republican, because you're basically saying, well, I align with the Republican Party maybe on the economics. And I'm putting the social aspects, I'm ranking the social aspects lower on my scale of who I would vote for. I don't really care about what they think about gay marriage. I care more about what they're going to do for taxes and the economy. But if you're going to present yourself as a Christian, if Christianity is going to be the thing that you're, hey, we want to preserve Christianity, and I'm a Christian Republican, then it gets a little bit more complicated. Anyways, so that was, I guess, considered the first Groyper War, and now we're at the second Groyper War. But these concerns that they're bringing up, I would not dismiss these as the concerns of some fringe alt-right white supremacist group, because the reality is, and this is going to upset a lot of people, I want to be very clear, I am voting for Trump because he is the better candidate between him and Kamala Harris and the coup that was just established on the left, and my concerns about what they will do if they actually get into power. There is no doubt in my mind that Trump is the better candidate. But I cannot say that statement without also being honest about the fact that something feels a little different right now. A few weeks ago, Donald Trump survived an assassination attempt, and it was very clear to me, and I think to the entire world, that he was going to win the election because he emerged as a leader in his response and in his speeches thereafter, in the way that he communicated with the crowd. It just seemed so obvious that in order to defeat the deep state, who I believe was behind this assassination attempt, that we needed to elect Trump. But things have changed in just a very short time. The energy of the MAGA campaign feels very different. Now, at first, I was owing that to the fact that there has to be some reasonable trepidation. You don't just survive an assassination attempt and just keep going. And you don't come out of that not being a fundamentally changed person. And I think, by the way, for the better, really recognizing how precious life is, maybe perhaps being further committed to Christian principles as a leader. You're going to be changed having survived an assassination attempt. But there
Minions, we are back. Yeah, Minions mentioned.
Something else that seems to have happened where I'm just not sure who is driving the MAGA bus anymore, okay? And I want to be clear, again, that these are not, just because you're hearing these concerns from Nick Fuentes does not mean that Nick Fuentes is the only person that feels this way. I'll give you just another example. Ashley St. Clair, she's somebody that I follow on Twitter. I think she's very funny. She tweeted this: MAGA energy is very strange lately.
Boom.
Trump campaign needs a shakeup. I don't think anybody is accusing Ashley St. Clair of being a Groyper. In fact, she's usually at war a lot of the times with the Groypers, but she's sensing the exact same thing. I am not a Groyper. I am sensing the exact same thing. And so when I answered Ashley, when I saw this tweet, I responded to her on Twitter and I said, it reminds me, this moment kind of reminds me of a conversation that I had with Vivek Ramaswamy. I think Trump should have picked Vivek Ramaswamy as his VP. I felt very strongly about Vivek Ramaswamy and his general energy. And
She was charmed. Big charm. Indian Riz. The Indian Riz was too much for her to handle. He fell under a Vishnuic spell.
Philosophy. But he and I were discussing what it was that failed about the Ron DeSantis campaign. What was it about the Ron DeSantis campaign that, despite the fact that all of the donors lined up and all of the press lined up, and his wife was suddenly emerging as Jackie O in the way that she was dressing, and it seemed so self-evident that, of course, he could just take on Donald Trump and win. Despite all of that, the press, the money, the glamour, his campaign failed. And Vivek Ramaswamy said to me, because sometimes when you're a startup, having too much money can actually hurt you. And that's actually very wise. It's a very wise perspective. It's a very wise.
You got to run lean.
His reflection of what happened with his campaign.
That's actually chill, dude. Chill. Be respectful.
And it actually says a lot about what was successful in 2015 when Donald Trump was running And the entire mainstream media apparatus was against him. They said there's no way he's going to win. And maybe deep down, Trump also thought there's no way I'm going to win. Nobody was giving him any money. No one cared what he had to say. He was getting no airtime. All of the mainstream media pundits hated him, right? Even the people that were supposed to be nice to him traditionally, like the conservative media, Fox News, who could forget the infamous, Megyn Kelly back forth that he had with her. Everyone was lying about everything that he said. They were in lockstep and agreeing that it couldn't be Trump, right? And so Trump had to get creative. And in his creativity, he decided to just commit himself to the truth. Donald Trump was just saying what was on the minds of all Americans. He was not playing politics because politics had no interest in Donald Trump. So he said exactly what it was that we wanted to hear. He called them liars.
Yeah, imagine if Trump, Nick is too wild to be like a public figure for like any campaign, really. Like, Ye, it makes sense because Ye is wild too. But like any sort of mainstream, like Nick wouldn't be, I don't think, a good pick right now. Maybe in the future, but like I don't think he'd be a good pick for like press secretary or something like that. Because you need kind of somebody like he's too radical. But somebody like Candace would be like a great pick to be like in charge of like communications, or somebody like Trump, because she actually has a good instinct. She has very good instinct. She's similar to Nick in that she knows how to like frame things. She's really, really good, and she's black. She's a black woman. Like that would be a great pick. Like she would be excellent at some form of managerial thing. But it just shows you that there's no, that would be such a wild pick too, because she's not really like an official like politician person. She would be an awesome pick for something like that, to be running a campaign. She has like experience. She knows what she's doing. She's likable. She's brown, right? She's black, but it's just like. They aren't serious. They aren't serious. The people running it are like losers.
He called them fake news. The first time we saw someone that was really kind of saying F the media, right? Just
Jimbo's with the host. Thank you very much.
Prize for best guy goes.
So that's what that sounds like.
Wow.
I'm thinking about changing the
with 243 viewers on Kick.
Yeah, my hairline's gonna fight because my bar is not getting. Nobody's donating. I'm going broke. Nobody's donating. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's see some big donos.
They're all a bunch of liars, and we're tired of going to war.
Thank you very much, though, for the host.
We are exhausted with the New York and LA crowd deciding what's good for the rest of America, the flyover states. And so he garnered this mass cult following of so many people who were, if we could term it anything, the forgotten men and women of America, who simply just wanted someone who had the gumption to say the truth. And he had that because it was a startup. And then things shifted. And I think, as we learned after his assassination attempt, there was never more money that was given to the Trump campaign. I think in the next days, in the preceding week, they raised more money than they had ever raised. But the truth is, the reality is that when you take money, what do you take
what's the hottest cartoon porn? I don't know. But something like Judy Hopps, for sure. Judy Hopps, 100%. Maybe Lola Bunny and Judy Hopps. But I didn't say that. That's not real. This is AI. This is an AI generated video. But something definitely with Judy Hopps and Lola Bunny. But I didn't say that. Once again, this is a automatically AI generated video. This is not real. I didn't say that. I don't know about this stuff.
Right? There's kind of an implicit agreement. The people who are giving you the money have some interest that they want.
I don't know about this stuff. I haven't seen it. Not really my speed, but definitely something with Judy Hopps and Lola Bunny.
Perhaps you to protect some interest that they want you to share, some perspectives that they're expecting you to have if they're writing you a big check. I mean, he had, I think, one of the wealthiest people in America.
Dude, there's one picture that always stays in my mind. It's so funny. I'll find it. Now, it's going to be a little inappropriate. It's not actually explicitly inappropriate, but obviously the person made it was inappropriate. But it's the funniest picture like that, anthropomorphic picture I've seen in a while. It's so funny, dude. I'll see if I can find it. It's just hilarious.
Adelson, or the Adelson family, they effectively own Las Vegas. I think the wife cut him a $100 million check. And it's been understood that that check came with
Dude, it's so
a
funny.
little bit of nudging.
I also remember
that-
I tweeted it out. I tweeted it out with a caption one time. People got so upset. I'll probably do it again. See if I can find it. Dude. Here it is. Let's see if I find it. Let me open it up. Well, it needs to be larger though. Search Google for image. Copy image. Google. Maybe Yandex will have the full one. Dude. Ah, the passions of youth, huh? Where's the real? Where's the full one? It's only like a screenshot. Maybe. Very important to do this, actually. Very important. Image. Oh, Wattpad. I don't even know what Wattpad is. That's just for like autistic people. Maybe safe search off. Thank you. Please. Don't fail me now, Google. I wish Google searches were better because kind predator complete. See more. Dude, where is it? Now I'm just pissed off. I can't believe I should have saved it. I gotta search my hard drive. Burburu. Here we go. I'm gonna tweet it out, the same one. There we go. I accidentally tweeted out on the Blue Jay page. I remember tweeting it out. People freaked out so much. What's a handsome guy like you doing at a bunny bar like this? Let's see if it goes viral. Atarian bots going crazy. You're so funny. Something about the caption when I made the caption made me laugh so hard, dude. I remember like laughing for hours about that.
Well, if you win, I kind of
And then people like, why are you posting this? People are getting upset at it. Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you posting this? So funny, dude.
to agree to us annexing Gaza, Israel annexing the West Bank, pardon. And the press wrote about that, and it's a little blip. And maybe Trump doesn't agree with that. I'm not saying that he's done that deal or that he holds that perspective, but I am saying that it runs counter to everything that he pledged to people in 2015. I'm going to end wars. I don't want any more wars. I'm going to bring the troops home.
It's so funny. There's something so funny about it.
Wars overseas.
Something with the caption just posted with no context on my account. Just like tweeting about random like political stuff. There's just something so funny about just like a role play like caption with like a picture that's like it's not like it's not super inappropriate. It's just kind of like odd, and you know like it's whoever made it is like odd. There's just something so funny about it, dude. Just with the caption, it makes you laugh so hard.
He seems to be singing a different tune today. We're hearing JD Vance. He's talking about war with Iran. Nobody wants more war in the Middle East or anywhere else. Ukraine, Russia. We just want to place a pause.
Good taste, sir. I know, dude.
Never-ending wars and the never-ending excuses for the wars and the never-ending name-calling that comes when you say, hey, why don't we try peace? Oh, are you an isolationist?
Chat pause. Yeah, it is interesting. It is interesting the chat pauses when I do that. All of a sudden, there's no talking. Like their hands are busy.
Are you an anti-Semite? And it's so funny because when you think about the 2015 campaign, because no one would allow Trump to sit down and have a meaningful discussion with them in the mainstream media, he then did shows like Alex Jones. You guys remember this? He went on Alex Jones in 2015. Persona non grata, Alex Jones, conspiracy theorist, was hosting a presidential hopeful, and people loved that. The crowd loved that. It's like, yeah, at least someone who's willing to have a conversation.
You know what I think it is? I think it's something similar. It's like what's his name? So he did anime boobs or something. The guy who's in Seinfeld. Or what's it, Seinfeld, or was it Hank Schrader, the guy in Breaking Bad? He tweeted something about like anime boobs just randomly. And there's just something so funny about it. Just like it just being there, because it's like messed up but not really. It's not like freaky. It's kind of similar to like the sex with the couch joke but funnier. It's not like gross. It's not actually bad. It's not actually wrong. It's not actually like crass. It's just kind of hinting at it in like a funny way, like an innocent way. And it's just out of place. It's just kind of like disjointed. It's just something about it is so funny to me.
And he won because of that. Because he was doing things that a consultancy firm would never recommend that he
does. It's like inappropriate in like a family-friendly way, if that makes sense. It's like when what's her name, Mrs. Incredible, starts rubbing her butt. She looks at herself in the mirror and she's like that sexy butt. And she like does it. It's like something. It's like if that's wrong that it's there, but it's not like evil wrong. It's not like malicious wrong. It's just funny because it's like slightly inappropriate, but it's not like over the top. It's just kind of just funny. There's something about it. There's a certain level of that which is just genuinely funny, and there's just something about it that makes it like it's just hilarious. It just cracks me up. It's similar to like the duck butt gif. Like the duck butt gif is hilarious because it's like there's something innocent about it with it, but it's not. But it's also not like demented. It's risque. Yeah, my reaction during that scene. Yeah.
Now it seems like there's just a ton of consultants, and those consultants are probably saying to him, don't you dare go on the Alex Jones show. He's a conspiracy theorist. Haven't you heard about what happened with his lawsuit, being bankrupted, the lies that he spread? Bad for your brand. We don't want you doing that. Oh, don't you dare talk to this person. That person is not for war with Iran. And that's going to be bad for your brand because we're now accepting money from the pro-Israel lobby and we want to keep you there. And now he's doing interviews again with Megyn Kelly and people who were the face of the Never Trump movement. Ben Shapiro wrote a long piece, I believe, in 2015 about why he would forever be Never Trump and how bad Trump
See, that's so funny to have the receipts. That's crazy.
For America. Now, I want to be clear, he has since shifted his position and now he's hosting fundraisers for Trump. So Trump is giving time and raising money. And by the way, again, effectively,
is she adopting Nick's mannerisms? Yeah, she knows what she's doing, dude. Even though she's covering it is good. Like, she's excellent because she's covering it properly. She's giving fuel to the fire. She's giving oxygen to the fire. And she's not doing it in an endorsing way, but she is. It's similar to that Andrew Callaghan Channel 5 coverage of the riots in the UK. He's not endorsing it. He's not saying it's good, but he is, by the way. He's undercutting certain language, kind of raising certain points, and he's actually being pro the people and pro the movement, right, in terms of like the riots without doing it. Like he's being very, very how he's presenting things, how he's showing clips. It's the same thing with this. She knows what she's doing. She's very talented.
It's a good thing. I'm not saying that if you were once Never Trump, you should never be allowed into the camp. I don't believe that. I think people should be able to change their minds. But what message is that sending to the people that got him into the White House the first time? right? What message is it sending when you don't go and do those shows that you did when the mainstream media turned you off and wouldn't listen to you? It's sending a message, whether it's a reality or not, it's sending a message that you are now kowtowing, right? That you're no longer in control of what happens with your campaign.
The Nobel
that people
Prize for Best Guy goes to us again. Wow.
Also, Gammon sent $10 for his Paul Town.
You have to see it.
Let's hope this is good. These can either be really funny or suck. And I'm leaning towards suckage.
Last guy is 40 HP.
What's up, wholesome gamer? How you doing?
Oh, clean, Jake.
Do you play CS:GO? PS2. Do you have that keyboard? There's one keyboard that you should get if you play that. I'll show you what it is. Razer keyboard, snap tap.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like cheating. Yeah. If you don't have that, you should get it. Because it's just insane, dude. The snap tap. It makes your movement like perfect. Like strafing and wall peeking. It's just perfect. So if you don't play with it, everybody else is gonna play with it. So
Oh my God.
Oh, dead one. Got him. Text with the jig.
dude, I lost 3 followers.
telling you who to
I lost 3 followers for posting Judy Hopps.
Oh, if only that was Kidnar. Oh, there he is.
What's up, Big Bonga? How you doing? Yeah, how did this answer who is Paul Town?
Second jump, okay? Second jump. No, I go in. Let's go.
Easy run boost up.
It's what Candace asked in chat earlier. Yeah, I saw that. I'm just joking. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I appreciate the donations. Powerchat.live/PaulTown if you want to support the show.
who to speak to and who not to speak to. That you care to actually appease the same mainstream media that wouldn't give you the time of day back in 2015.
I lost 1,000 followers when the Jews destroyed my X account and I can't get you dinks to follow me back. No, now that I'm boxing, I don't want to be around bad energy, and you're just bad energy, so I can't follow back. I can't follow civilians. I'm only following boxing accounts from now on.
Again, maybe that I'm painting a picture of something that's not true. But if it's not
BWV?
true,
What do you mean by that, Faceless Bounty Hunter? BWV? Really, dude?
then you need to communicate that. Because let me tell you something. If you think you're trading up, by going, oh, well, now I'm being invited into this club, you're not.
BWV, really?
You're losing that support from the people that believed in you in a way that you didn't even believe in yourself way back when. You need those people. That is your base. You can't suddenly change who your base is and think that that's going to be an effective strategy here.
Paul, you'd be shaving your head for boxing? No, not unless you guys fill up this bar by the end of the month. This bar needs to be filled up at the bottom right. If you fill it up, I will shave my head. I will do that. I will say that's also a thing. I do want to actually probably cut my hair even shorter. Because basically, like, every time I was in jumping jacks, I was looking in the mirror, because you have the mirror. And it's like, bonk, bonk. My hair's so thick. And just like, bonk, bonk. So I'm thinking about maybe getting a little tighter cut. It's just too bouncy, dude. Too like, just not. I just have too much hair. I just have too much hair. I might have to cut it.
Full that by me adding my voice to this, that this message will be heard by somebody who will go, you know what? Yeah, in the last weeks, let's just let Trump be Trump. Let's let Trump talk to whoever he wants to. Let's remove all of the consultants and just allow Trump to go back to his 2015 messaging. No wars, no money spent overseas, and who cares if you get called a racist, pro-Putin, anti-Semitic, isolationist disaster. Those are my thoughts on that topic. All right, guys, I have to tell you about Native Path because finding an honest doctor...
That was good. I mean, it's boring, but it's good. Good attention. Good positioning.
Because I was of my fateful words.
Let's see if the Qatari bots are in her chat, too. Qatari bots. I'm so sick of weak and scared men. True. True. Ever since I started boxing and became an expert at boxing, I really noticed how weak men are. I've noticed how weak men are. I've noticed, and I'm not going to pretend I don't notice anymore.
Entirety.
5 people that I will not be having on JoJo's You Now. Candance Owens. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Her and I.
Okay, JoJo Siwa. All right, let's check out Scott Adams. See what's going on in the mind of a madman.